In today's video, I want to talk about BPM. Should a professional DJ be able to get the beats matched perfectly every time? Let's talk about that right now. This is the Share the Knowledge podcast for DJs. The question is, do you believe that a pro DJ should be able to match the BPM to the very exact point of the BPM every time? So basically the question is, should a professional DJ be able to beat match and get it synced perfectly every time? No. That's a simple answer, no. There's not really a reason to do that. And what I mean by that is, and I know this is going to be a little bit different depending on the genres that you play. With certain genres, you probably do have longer transitions where you might have two tracks playing together for 16 or 32 bars. Now, even in that case, they don't have to be synced perfectly. It could be like a slight bit off, and you'll just adjust that during the transition. A little nudge here and there will keep it in line. But for me, when it comes to my mixes, most of my transitions won't be longer than 8 bars. If I have them matched pretty well, so it's not going to be 100% perfect, they will stay synced for 8 bars. I won't have an issue with that. Now, a lot of times I don't even have it synced that perfectly, and I actually have to give it a little nudge here and there. I don't care. I play on the fly, I mix on the fly. I don't spend too much time to get the beats matched perfectly. So when I have one track playing, I'll cue the next track. I'll start to play it. I'll hear if it's playing too fast or too slow. I'll adjust the tempo, give it a couple of nudges, see if I can keep it playing in sync for at least a couple of bars. When I get to that point, for me, most of the times that's good enough. Then I know I'm going to be able to make a clean transition. Now, when I get to the transition point, it's not like you have both tracks playing at full volume with full EQ. So most likely, I'm bringing in a new track and I'll adjust that EQ. So probably the bass, the low end is going to be taken out and the original track will still have full bass. Or it's the other way around. I'll bring in a new track with all the bass and take the bass out of the other one. But you're gonna adjust the EQ to get a more nice match sonically. So that alone will eliminate some of the things that you could hear if they're not playing in perfect sync. Now, besides that, I'm making sure that the drums will sound as clean as possible. And by listening, I can tell like, okay, it's losing that sync a little bit. Give it one nudge, and then I'll have it playing, well, good enough again. Now, if you do those longer transitions, you might want to spend a little bit more time to get them synced the right way, to get them really playing at the same speed. Is that going to be perfect? Probably isn't, but it's going to be close enough to keep them playing together in sync for a longer amount of time. And even then, you always make sure that you continue to listen to hear if they actually stay in sync. Now, if we're talking about playing live music, so music that's being played by live musicians on record, old soul, funk, you name it, anything that included a whole band going into the studio and actually playing the instruments, then you're going to be dealing with BPM that's fluctuating, so it's not staying at the same BPM. In those cases, you're not even talking about mixing them perfectly. That's not possible. If you have two tracks that both have a fluctuating BPM, so let's say they're 100 BPM. During the time you play that track, it's going to be a little bit faster, a little bit slower, because that drummer is not as perfect as a drum machine. So sometimes the speed will go up and down a little bit. If you have two tracks that both do that, they're not going to be in perfect sync. But even then, if you use your ears and adjust accordingly, you can make sure that you still get a nice transition. So even professional DJs don't really have to worry about that. Then, of course, you have a lot of DJs that play electronic music, playing tracks that are basically the same BPM or BPM range, sometimes using sync. That's going to make it a lot easier to get like the long transitions where they play in sync perfectly. But that's not something that makes them more professional, because a lot of times that's actually easier to do when you're playing different genres. So that's the answer. You don't have to get them perfectly synced to get nice transitions. Hope that helps you out. Thanks for tuning in to one of my video clips from the Share the Knowledge podcast for DJs. If you want to check out the full episode, make sure you check the links in the description box down below to check me out on SoundCloud, Anchor, Apple, Google Podcast, Stitcher, you name it. If you want to ask a question for a future episode, you can do that here in the comment section or check me out on Instagram. Every week I drop a topic where I'm asking for questions for a future episode of the podcast, so jump in there as well. If you're new to my YouTube channel, I do all sorts of DJ related tips and tricks, tutorial, Q&A videos, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Check out djTLM.com and I'll be back soon with more videos, more podcasts, more good stuff. Peace.